Welcome, travelers, to High Fantasy. I'm Brett. I clapped and I shouldn't have clapped. You got me clapping. I need my herb pouch. Daddy's been paying for my salt.
This
I'm part of the poop patrol, ma'am.
And I'm Emily. But I'm like, don't make the robots.
Don't make the robots
crunch. I would take Speak with Dinosaur in a second. I have beef with DC. It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
Join us on our epic world-spanning adventures. Armed with only a bit of long-bottom leaf, we will delve into some of the most amazing worlds of imagination that have ever existed. Before we get into that, don't forget to check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And without further ado, let's get into it.
You can clap. You can. Yay! Hello, all of you merry travelers, and welcome to High Fantasy, where it's me, Emily, the host, the only host who's only ever been the host. Ever. It was never anybody else. Today I'm here with my lovely fiance. What's your name? And
it's
co-host.
Me,
Brett, and who's always been the co-host and is never...
Yep, I've never had to host anything. I don't know how I would.
Mm-hmm.
How could I?
So,
I don't know what goes into that. I'm just a bean.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to High Fantasy. We are on the 4th episode of our holiday series where it has become my turn to be the researcher and not just the sitter and intaker. Do you have any idea what we're talking about today?
I imagine it has something to do with Christmas.
You would actually be incorrect because I did the math and this episode is coming out after Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to be special and unique.
Oh, okay. So
I didn't actually make this about Christmas. I thought the end of the year is coming up. And, you know, this would be a great time to really kind of like sit back and reflect on what's happened in the year of 2025. And I looked at that idea and I said, screw that. What's coming up next? So we are going to get into some of the, I'm going to say this is all true based off of my brief Google search. The 100% factual media that will be coming out in the year of 2026. We are getting hype, y'all.
Oh, so we're going to find out what's happening next year.
Exactly.
Things
so
that have been confirmed.
I'm not going to lie. When I was originally thought of this idea, I wanted to do both movies and video games. And then I realized there's a lot of movies coming out in the year 2026. So this episode is going to feature all of the movies that are said to be, are supposedly confirmed to be coming out in the year of 2026, the year of our Lord and Savior, 2026. And at the very end, I also have a little list of just a few of the games that are scheduled to be coming out in 2026 as well. Really quickly, right off the top, big shout outs to Shrek 5 and Ice Age Boiling Point. You're coming out in 2027, but you popped up when I researched what was coming out in 2026.
I forgot about the Shrek movie that we've been... Does it actually have Mike Myers?
Supposedly.
Is it gonna have Eddie Murphy?
2027. I don't know. I didn't research it because
fair.
it said 2027. I'm like, you lies!
So next year, when we do another one of these episodes, I'll have the answer to my question.
So, without further ado, do you want to hear about some of the movies coming out in 2026?
I would love to hear about some of the movies coming out in 2026.
I'm not gonna lie. I think you're going to be pretty excited about some of them.
Nice.
Some of them were real interesting ones. Okay. So first, let's start in January. Now, the movies aren't in any particular order, but I'm going to go through January, February, all the months.
Wow, you listed them canonically. That's cool.
Well, that's the thing is I did for month, but I didn't for day of release because everything was a big old jumble.
I mean, but the month, and things could get pushed back, so I feel like it's pretty fair.
This is semi-chronologically. So first we're starting off with January. Now, January is going to be a big month for horror. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
This first one I already know that you're excited about. So, on January 16th, the film 28 Years Later is scheduled to come out.
Oh!
Now, this is a sequel to the previous 28 later, 28 specific amount of time later to come out. The overview for this is Dr. Kelson finds himself in a shocking new relationship that could change the world as he knows it. While Spike encountered with while Spike's encounter with Jimmy Crystal becomes a nightmare he can't escape. Again, this is a continuation of the previous installment of the series. It's a horror movie. It stars Jack O'Connell, Ralph Fiennes, and M. Laird. And then its director is Nia DaCosta. You would recognize some of her films as the 2021 Candyman, 2018 Little Woods, and 2023 The Marvels.
Oh, she did the Marvels.
She did do the
The
Marvels.
same person that did... Wow. The same person that did the Candyman did the Marvels. What an interesting...
And the writer for this is Alex Garland, which you would know him as the writer from the original 28 Days Later.
Whoa.
So they got him back. When I was researching it, he wasn't a writer on any of the other ones, but he is a writer on this new one.
That's really cool, actually. That's all good for him.
Yeah. The next movie that's going to be coming out in January is Return to Silent Hill, coming out on January 23rd of 2026. Okay. When a mysterious letter calls him back to Silent Hill in search for his lost love, James finds a once recognizable town and encounters terrifying figures, both familiar and new, and begins to question his own sanity. So another in the Silent Hill series.
That's really, because it's funny because you're like, I'm not going to do video games, and I'm just going to do the movies. And then this is definitely a movie that I feel like was based on... Which came first, the movie or the video game? Anyway.
I think it was the video game. And there are a lot of movies on this list that are adaptations of video games, so I thought it was still a pretty good correlation here. Scorpion baby.
Daddy loves you.
So the last film coming out in January of 2026, I was actually shocked by, because I've briefly heard about this, but I haven't done any research on it. It was not on my radar at all. It is a movie called Iron Lung.
Oh.
It's survivors of the apocalypse launch an expedition to a barren moon with an ocean of blood. Can you guess who the director of this film is?
Same guy who did Willy Wonka.
No, it is Markiplier.
What?
Yep, so this is Markiplier's film, Iron Lung, that is coming out January 30th.
An ocean of blood, you say?
After an apocalypse, they go to a moon, and there's an ocean of blood. It looks really interesting from what I saw.
What a crazy... After the apocalypse, what a... Because, like, it's so... Generally, the idea of the apocalyptic, franchise is you have to still survive on whatever the world is. So it's like, there's a zombie outbreak, or... There's the Frozen World, or it's at Fallout, end of the world. But it's generally never, and then we just pieced out.
Yeah. We just left because,
Interesting.
So, now we're going to move on to February. Now, I didn't go into every single film that I saw, I didn't go deep into every single film that I saw because some of them just didn't seem as interesting. So first we'll start out with 2 films releasing on the same day, February 13th. We have Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights, a remake of the, a Wuthering Heights.
Okay.
Of the novel.
Okay, I'm like, for those of us who don't know.
Oh, yeah. So Wuthering Heights is, like, one of those classics, I'm not super familiar with it. I believe it's, like, a drama love story, Regency era type of thing.
I don't think I'd ever heard about this before.
Yeah, so Wuthering Heights, again, this is one of those... We might have to cut this out just to make us look less dumb. But Wuthering Heights is one of those books that people, like... read as this is a classic book that everybody should read. So
this is like War and Peace. This is like Shakespeare. Wow.
As far as I know, I could be wrong. I saw Wuthering Heights and I recognized it as one of those. It's like, oh yeah, everybody says or talks about the story Wuthering Heights, but I've never personally looked too much into it. Or
and then I was gonna be like, a romantic like drama thing. How could that have stood the test of time? And then I realized I literally listed off Shakespeare. And it's like, that's how you idiot.
It's along those lines of, like, I akin it to the same world of, like, Pride and Prejudice. That sort of thing,
Yeah, high aristocracy and kind of the politics that were going on at the time.
Exactly. The next one coming out on February 13th is a movie called Go. It's an animated film of a goat who's joining a made up world. It's basically basketball, but for animals. We're not big sports people. There's a lot of like sports actors that are like in it, and it's a very sports centered movie, but it is animated, so it's more of that like kids movie, like sports ball and stuff.
So the joke here is obviously GOAT, as in GOAT, greatest of all time.
Exactly.
Okay. Because I was like, wait, like the terminology, like the GOAT, like this is gonna be a sports movie about like the best player or something.
It's an actual GOAT. It's an actual GOAT.
It's an actual GOAT. All right.
It's animated. It's a GOAT
For sure.
And it's like Rabble Ball or something, or
all right, Rabble Ball. So it's not even
could be so wrong. It's like a made up sport that's definitely just basketball.
Incredible. Somebody took basketball and made it interesting.
So next, coming out in February of 2026, on February 27th, Scream 7 is going to be released. I love the Scream movies, but sometimes you gotta just know when to stop, am I right?
There's a question here because I think it's fine keeping a franchise alive.
Oh yeah.
As long as it's not the exact same thing happening over and over again, right?
Are you ready for this premise? It's gonna blow your mind.
Oh no, is it a guy chasing someone around with a knife?
When Ghostface Killer emerges in the quiet town where Sydney Prescott has built her new life, her darkest fears are realized as her daughter becomes the next target. Determined to protect her family, Sydney must face the horrors of her past and put an end to the bloodshed once and for all. It would be once and for all,
but it's never.
If you didn't stop making movies. But also, that's kind of the charm of Scream, is that they just keep making movies and they recognize that they keep making movies.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
And
we're gonna watch it.
Yeah, they make fun of the fact that they
right.
keep making the movies.
We'll probably rewatch all of the other Screams before we watch it.
Yeah, I mean, like, spoiler alert, but I really liked how they got the guy who was in it before, and he died. And they got him back for the cameo because he recorded the video or whatever in it.
Do you want to hear of this master cast?
Oh, sure.
Of course, we got McKenna Grace, Neve Campbell, Dave Arquette, which is Dewey, by the way, this is actually, I forgot to tell you, this is why you have the iPad. So any of these movies you can look up and you can look at their cast, because I know it's easier to look at faces of actors than it is for names for us plebs who don't keep track of celebrities.
Yeah.
So we have a cast of McKenna Grace, Neve Campbell, David Arquette, and Courtney Cox, which are all the basic cast of Scream, but guess who we got back in here?
Who?
Matthew freaking Lillard.
Matthew Lillard?
It said that Matthew Lillard was the first name that popped up when we went to the movie cast.
What? It is. It does, like, he's the very first one as himself. But it's a question of, is it going to be him playing himself in flashbacks? Or is he actually not dead?
So, I can't wait to see how they incorporate that, because we're both huge Matthew Lillard fans.
Mm-hmm. This guy played in Gen V.
Yeah, so it's Asa... What is that?
German?
German?
Is it German?
I don't know.
Germann. It's either German or German.
Alright. So, Scream 7. You can look forward to that coming out at the end of February.
Wow, this is... Whoa! Yeah, that's a star-studded cast.
Right, there's a lot of these movies that do have a star set. There's one that I can't wait to get to. So, now let's move on to March really quickly. So, the first movie, I'm trying to do these in chronological order now, because I feel called out. So, a few movies coming out in March are all coming out on the same day, which is March 6th. So, all of these movies that I'm going to tell you about next all come out on the day March 6th.
So there's going to be a Barbenheimer moment.
I don't know what that means.
In the Barbie movie and Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a Barbenheimer. There's a couple of times where that happens, actually. I don't know how I hadn't heard of that, but okay. So, the first one is an animated movie called Hoopers. It's a scientist figures out how to put human consciousness into animal robots, and then they use them to discover the mysteries of nature.
Oh my gosh, I want to see this. I've seen the commercials for it, and I want it so bad.
It's an animated film, and it's like little rodents. It looks like they get put into like a gopher body.
Yep.
It looks really adorable.
Yeah,
if you like watching animated movies, then this is going to be right up your alley, I think.
It looks like it's going to be amazing, because the one I saw, like the preview, is there's this like bear getting ready to eat this beaver, and she comes by and like rescues him, and the bear's like, What'd you do that for?" And the beaver's like, "Yeah, what did you do that for?" And she's like, "What do you mean? You're about to get eaten." He was like, "Yeah, but that's the laws of the forest. She caught me." It's like, "What? Uh, uh."
uh,
And then it's like them explaining the
That's the
laws of the
laws of the forest.
forest.
The next movie coming out on March 6th is Peaky Blinders. It looks like it is a World War II historical film.
Oh
One
boy.
of those like dramatic sort of like historical films. Not usually our type of movie, so I didn't go into the depths of it, but that is going to be coming out on March 6th. And then we have The Bride, which just as it sounds, it is a recreation of Frankenstein's bride, basically, but this is set in 1930s Chicago, where a groundbreaking scientist, Dr. Euphronius, brings a murdered young woman back to life to be a companion for Frankenstein's monster. This cast is going to include Jesse Buckley, Christian Bale, and Jake Gyllenhaal, among a bunch of other people as well. So this is a 1930s Chicago interpretation of basically Frankenstein's bride.
Whoa, so Christian Bale's gonna be Frankenstein.
That's what it looks like.
Interesting. And Jessie Buckley's the bride of Frankenstein. It's so funny when it's like, oh yeah, you know the guy who played Batman?
Uh huh.
That guy's gonna be Frankenstein. What?
What? So the next movie coming out in March may not actually be coming out in March. There was a Reddit thread that I saw that said that this movie was getting replaced by a Blumhouse film to be released by Universal. But when I pulled it up, it still said that this one was coming out, so I don't know which information is accurate. But it's an untitled Exorcist film. It's Exorcist Father Harris investigates teenage Emily's demonic possession by Asmodeus in Hazelwood, joined by a doctor, a mom. He faces visions of death, paranoia, battling ancient evil, threatening to consume the town. And Scarlett Johansson was a main lead on this one. Again, I don't know if it's officially going to be coming out or not, but it did say that it was supposed to be released on March 13th of 2026.
Interesting. Scarjo, huh?
Mm-hmm. And then the last project said to be coming out in March is going to be coming out on March 20th. It's called Project Hail Mary. It's starring Ryan Gosling. And the premise of it is basically Ryan Gosling is a scientist who wakes up on a spaceship in outer space and he doesn't know why he's there. There's more of a plot in there as well. There was something about the sun uh, and like having to come up with this component to save the world, but the main premise was he's a scientist who's in space and he doesn't know why he's in space.
Okay. What an interesting. It is always that fun question when you have that those amnesia movies, because it's always a question of like, okay, how did I get here? And that's half the story.
Right?
Who am I? It's really funny too when they turn out to be a badass, and they're like, oh my gosh, this person's coming at me, and their body moves instinctually,
And they're like, how did I just fight this person?
and they're like, oh my gosh, that guy's dead, or it's very, very entertaining. I think gives a lot of element to tell the story through environments and kind of what's happening. But yeah.
So now we're on to April. So the first two films are both coming out on April 3rd. Again, we got a double feature. So first we have the drama. Again, this doesn't seem like the type of movie that we would be into, but it has just again this all-star cast. It's starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. And they're an engaged couple whose wedding week goes off the rails with an unexpected revelation. That's all I got on it. Again, I included this one based off of just like all-star cast. Like Zendaya and Robert Pattinson.
Oh, Cedric Diggory. Yes, 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 yes.
Which there are a lot of films coming out in 2026 to include Zendaya. I'm real excited about it. I do truly enjoy her as an actress. She does work.
I liked her in the Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah, speaking of Spider-Man movies, we'll get to that later.
Oh.
The next movie coming out on April 3rd is... Are you ready for it? I don't know if you're ready for this one. Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh,
That's
what?
right, we are getting a sequel to the Super Mario Bros. Movie based off of the Super Mario Galaxy game. Again, starring Chris Pratt, Jack Black. We got Brie Larson in there playing Rosaline. Is it Rosaline or Rosalina?
Oh my gosh, I think it's Rosalina.
We
Brie
have
Larson.
Charlie Day and then Benny. I spelled this so wrong.
Safdie.
Safdie. Okay, Benny Safdie is playing Bowser Jr.
Uh, uh, uh,
We got a fun cast in here. I thought the Super Mario Bros. Movie was legit.
Wait, did Charlie Day play Luigi in the first one too?
Yes, he did. I forgot to mention
No
Charlie Day is in there
freaking
again as
way!
Luigi.
I never thought about who was playing Luigi.
Who thinks of Luigi?
To be fair, I don't think Luigi's in much of the movie for the first one, is he?
Oh yeah, he is. He gets stranded at Bowser's castle, remember?
Oh,
With all the lava
yeah.
Koopas?
Yeah. I guess it does kind of cut to him every now and then, right?
Yeah.
But it's mostly just following Mario and Peach, and they're trying to save Luigi.
Yeah.
So, like, they team up at the very end, but it's not like they're together through the whole movie or anything. That makes a lot more sense. Oh my gosh! Keegan is playing Toad!
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I was not able to write down all of the actors for all of these because there are a lot of movies that I wrote down in a notebook by hand and did not take screenshots of.
So what you're saying is we're all looking forward to the new musical numbers that Jack Black is going to be doing.
Yes.
So
that is
we're going to get another
the conclusion.
Peaches.
We're going to get another Peaches. Peaches. Good times. All right, on April 10th, the next film and last one coming out in April is Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Now, this is starring the same lead actress, Samara Weaving, to play Grace McCauley again, and with Catherine Newton now playing her sister, Faith McCauley. Now, there wasn't a lot of information on the plot. Some of these movies didn't have plots set to them yet, or didn't have information. It was just kind of this movie is to be released. But Ready or Not 2, if you watch the first one, the initial one was this girl marries into this family and they have to play this game with her to initiate her into the family, and the game turns into a murder spree. It is a comedy horror movie. I really like this horror movie. I think it's very fun. Great lead actress. I think Samara did a wonderful job in this role, so looking forward to this one too.
Wait, I never saw this, but I remember seeing the previews for it. And like it's got her in the wedding dress with the shotgun.
I think your mom and I watched this without you.
You must have watched it without me because like I definitely never watched it. So what's the game?
Hide and seek. So basically, every time a new person marries into the family, it is a tradition to choose from this deck of cards. That was a great, I want to say it was like a great great grandpa or great matriarch of some sort. And it was a magician set of cards. And based on the card you drew, that was the game you had to play. And some of the other games I don't think were actually like deadly, but if you drew hide and seek, basically what it is it's a manhunt. Where everybody has to go and they have to literally hunt this person who's marrying into the family, which in this case is Grace McCauley. They have to hunt her down and kill her by morning, or there's this curse on the family where the whole family will die if they don't hunt her down and kill her by morning.
Okay, is it real? Do they
I
actually?
don't know. You'll have to watch the movie to find out. You haven't seen the movie before, so I'm not going to spoil it. We'll watch it after this.
Was Sarah Michelle Gellar actually in the first one too?
I think she was. I can't remember specifically. I think she might have been like one of the extra. I think she might have been one of the servant girls. I could be fully wrong. I can't fully remember. She might just be in the second one.
Oh, whoa. So, okay, hold on. This is just putting me down a little bit of a rabbit hole. So she's in it as Ursula Danforth, which I'm assuming is the family that this person's marrying into.
Yes, so she's one of the rich cousins.
She's got to be one of the rich people.
She's one of the rich cousins.
Then there's Elijah Wood in here, so we have frickin' Frodo.
Frodo's
going to be doing some stuff. But here's something crazy for me, right? So Samara Weaving is the character. Played by Grace McCauley.
No, Grace McCauley is the character. Oh. Samara Weaving is the actress.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So then, whoa. So her sister, I'm guessing,
Uh-huh.
or relative, because then it's Faith McCulley.
Yep, so that's so it, I did see there was only some pictures that I saw for this one, but it looked like Samara and her sister were being hunted this time or defending themselves, something along those lines this time. So it looks like they're expanding on the family. She talked about her sister in the last one, but we never saw her, I don't believe.
And we
It's
have
been a while since
Kevin
I've seen it.
Durand in here, the guy who played the Blob in the Wolverine movies.
Yes.
Oh, this guy's good. And he was also in that creepy vampire movie with the little girl ballerina.
Yes.
Yeah, he was like the big muscle dude.
Yep.
Wow, I want to watch this. This looks great.
All right, we'll watch the first one so you can get context for.
Yeah.
Because I was surprised when I saw it. I didn't know how they were going to go on and make a second one out of it. So I'm really interested to see what they do, especially if you have seen the first one. You'll understand. Like, I'm interested to see what they do with it. So let's move on to May. So the first movie coming out is going to be coming out on May 1st. This one's going to mean nothing to you, Brett, but I don't care because it means everything to me. And it's The Devil Wears Prada 2. Did you ever watch The Devil Wears Prada?
Nope. Well, I did a very long
didn't.
time ago.
So, of course, Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway join forces again to make a sequel to this iconic movie. Miranda Presley struggles against Emily Charlton. I'm sorry if I say things wrong. My handwriting is terrible.
Whoa.
Her former assistant turned rival executive as they compete for advertising revenue amid declining print media while Miranda nears retirement. This is going to be directed by David Frankel, who of course directed the first Devil Wears Prada as well as the classic Marley and Me. I really like that movie. It's a sad movie and it made me cry lots, but you know,
I can't watch that movie.
I neither can I. I refuse.
So, something kind of just like, this is a fun little fact. Did you write down the years that these came out?
I was writing down a lot of movie information, Brett.
No, this makes a lot of sense, but it's crazy because there is a 20-year gap.
Uh-huh.
It was the last one. The original The Devil Wears Prada was made in 2006, and this is made in 2026.
There's another one in here that actually has a bigger gap.
That's 20-year gap, and they have the same people. That's so cool.
The next and final movie coming out in May, I think you're going to be so excited about this one, and I'm not being sarcastic at all, is Mortal Kombat 2, coming out on May 8th. So, Johnny Cage joins other fighters in the ultimate no-holds-barred battle to defeat the dark rule of Shao Kahn, a powerful tyrant who threatens the very existence of the Earthrealm and its defenders. Cast members that you would probably recognize are Carl Urban, who's playing Johnny Cage, and Adeline Rudolph as Kitana. Carl Urban is, if you ever watched The Boys, he plays the kind of like drunk asshole who takes in Nerdy Boy. I barely watch The Boys, but he's also in a bunch of other things. Carl Urban is a pretty, like, I wouldn't say, well, no, he's been in some really good movies.
He was in Riddick. He was in Lord of the Rings. He was in, as like one of the horse riders.
I gotta say, I really enjoy him as an actor. He's probably one of my favorite actors. I don't know why.
He is very good. Surprisingly, I'm not sure. I don't think I watched this because this is a remake of the Mortal Kombat movies. And to be fair, it needed it. It needed it bad because the other ones that they did were tragic.
Fair.
I don't know if I love him for Johnny Cage. What an interesting character choice for Johnny Cage. We'll find out.
Because he is a very diverse character. I've seen him play in a lot of different roles.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of different, like, type of roles, I guess.
And it's not that I don't think he could do it. I'm just, like, not who I would have originally pictured, you know? Interesting.
So we're going to move on to June. This first one, I either messed up or it didn't tell me what exact day that it's coming out, but it did say it was coming out in June of 2026. And that is the new Supergirl movie. This is going to star Millie A. Locke, Eve Ridley, and Matthias Schoenaerts? I'm so sorry if I say these names wrong. I am illiterate. DC has been predicted to become the new Marvel, entering an era of more epic world building and storytelling. That is based predictions that I've seen on the internet of like a lot of people think that DC is entering its almost like the Marvel Cinematic Universe era where it's like everything is connected to each other and there's a lot more of plans and intentions coming with that. There's not a lot of plot set down to the Supergirl movie from what I saw in my research, but what do you think? Like, I have beef with DC. I think they make all of their characters just too overpowered, which makes nothing in the world make any sense to me. But that's just a personal opinion. How are you feeling about this new Supergirl movie?
Oh, so okay. So, as somebody who read a lot of comics,
Mm-hmm.
here's an interesting thing about Supergirl. Her origin has been vastly thrown around,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people who don't know anything really about Supergirl automatically just kind of assume that she's like Superman's sister or
Mm-hmm.
something. No, she's actually Superman's cousin,
Uh-huh.
from a tiny city called the Bottled City of Cantor, which Superman keeps in his Fortress of Solitude.
Okay.
And this is a functioning city shrunk down to a miniaturized form full of Kryptonians,
Okay.
kept away from the light of day. So
Okay.
none of them have powers. But they can. This actual, like, city is a functioning Kryptonian
Uh-huh.
civilization that he just keeps on a shelf. Because there's the question of like, and there's even moments where he wonders to himself like, I wish I could let them out. I
Uh-huh.
wish that I could bring them into this world with me, but the idea that some of them might not be the best people in the world.
That's the problem. It's like that's basically an entire little miniature universe there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people who have a lot of special abilities if
If
you
you were to take one small town in the world and you were to just say, and all of you now have the same powers as Superman, some of those people are going to be really cool, and some of those people are going to be terrible. So it was a really, but she gets out.
Uh-huh.
And because he finds out that she carries with her his bloodline. She
Uh-huh.
is the line of L, which is his,
Yeah.
because he's Kal El. Well, she is Zor El, or sorry, Kara Zor El. So Kara Zor El.
Yeah.
But it is this like weird thing where they've done that with her, and he had to like teach her about like Earth and society, and she's like, wow, this place is kind of crazy. So she is, in essence, as strong as Superman is because she's a Kryptonian.
Yeah.
But the reason why he is generally considered the strongest Kryptonian is because he's been exposed to like the Earth's UV rays for the longest amount of time.
Okay.
No other Kryptonian had that. So they are related, and they are, but and there's that weird like bloodline there, and a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, that's his girlfriend.
No.
No,
Ew.
they're cousins. No.
That's true to
And
that
I
sort of
know he
thing.
grew up in Kansas, but that's not that kind of thing. All right. So,
It's about to be.
but funny enough, she actually was raised by Martha and oh, what's his name? Ben Kent, who are the same
Okay.
people who raised
Uh-huh.
Superman, Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to teach her what the Earth had to offer before she got crazy into the powers. And so
Uh,
he's like, this is what you're fighting for.
okay.
So I think as long as they stick to that, we're okay. But they've changed a lot of
And that's
things.
the problem is they're trying to build out this more universe like universal sort of storyline. And again, in the same way that Marvel had their huge massive, I feel like it ended with Avengers Endgame, right? Where it's like
Mm-hmm.
Marvel's continued to make movies, but nothing has been profound as this storyline that's stretched like 20 miles. They had the ending to their story and they're continuing to make new things, but nothing has been prolific. That's why people are saying DC's entering their era of that because DC's starting to make these movies that are more interconnected and more intentional with each other. Is what people are assuming and I guess predicting for the future.
Yeah, and I think like it could be really cool. Plus, they released the like alternate Earths and stuff and dimensions, so that could be really fun.
Right?
I have hope for it, but there's at the same time they tried to do stuff that Marvel
He's a
did.
big canon boy.
I'm very big in canon. I enjoy the canon a lot.
And like I said before, it's like I've never been a huge fan of DC just because all DC heroes, not all, but a lot of DC heroes just feel so overpowered. It's either they're so overpowered or they're so unrealistically underpowered, but they're still epic in a way, you know? Like, it always feels way grander than life to me, where it's like there's no there, and again, I didn't get into the comic books that much, so I am no authority on the matter, but if you can like shoot a laser, fly, run faster than the Flash, and also are the strongest person that ever existed, and you can move a planet on your own, that feels like a little bit of an overpowered superhero to me.
Yeah, a lot of people questioned because we had Marvel's Thanos, and so they
Uh-huh.
were like, would Thanos have been a match for Superman?
No.
Um,
Maybe with the Infinity Gauntlet.
and that's the point. Is like technically with the Infinity Gauntlet, he could have done anything he wanted. So
Uh-huh.
they had to kind of nerf the story to make it even possible that Thanos lost ever.
They
So
didn't nerf it. They came up with a really fun strategic way to get around it.
I mean, did they?
Yeah, because here's the thing. I thought it was way more interesting having him just win, and then the remaining people have to figure out, like, how do we deal with the fact that he just won?
Mm,
You know? That was way more interesting to me in the time travel aspect to it, because they already, like, connected the time travel with other things, and so the fact that they were able to use that to fix things, I thought that that is really cool, but I feel really bad for the historians in the Marvel and DC universes. If you're a historian in those worlds and you're trying to put a timeline down, girl.
We'll have to do a whole episode on just like the Marvel
Yes,
stuff
we'll have
cinematic
to deep
universes
dive into that
it's like,
because
ugh.
we'll have to deep dive into that later because I have more movies.
Yes.
And this next one, I think you are either going to be excited for or you are going to dread. Do you have any guesses? Don't Google what movies are coming out in 2026.
Oh goodness. I'm gonna either be excited about it or I'm gonna dread it. Can I guess like a broader spectrum, I guess? Is it a superhero movie?
It technically is, I'm going to say.
Oh no.
Are
I
you
don't
ready?
like
Do you
it.
want me to?
Just tell me. Rip the band-aid off.
Masters of the Universe coming out on June 5th. He-Man,
What?
He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, goes against the evil Skeletor to save the planet Eternia and protect the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is a live-action version of He-Man, Masters of the Universe. We got Nicholas Galtzin as He-Man, Jared Leto as Skeletor, Alison Brie, Camilla Mendez, Idris Elba, Kristen Wiig. We got an all-star cast here for this He-Man. It is directed by Travis Knight, who you will know for, surprisingly enough, stop-motion films. He made The Box Trolls, Kubo and the Two Strings, and Missing Link. Were all of the most popular ones that I found of movies that he made. He's also done some live-action stuff, but the ones that I recognize the most were his stop motions.
Oh, what an interesting group of people to get together for this. Like Jared Leto as Skeletor, I think could work out really well. Actually,
It could work out really well if they played it right.
I have no idea who Nicholas is.
I don't either. I did not recognize him. He's been in a lot of like dramas, like teen dramas almost is what I recognize lately or recently as some of his films as well as like romance movies.
What an interesting choice for Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms.
I am not super familiar with the He-Man
Whoa.
series, and maybe He-Man's another one that we'll have to go into at another time.
Yeah.
Because I'm not super familiar with him, but I saw He-Man Master of the Universe, and I was like, oh, you're either going to be excited or terrified for this one.
Well, this is again a remake, which is interesting because the original one came out in 1976, and that was the first live-action one. So obviously huge political difference in the climate, a lot of like differences in actors, what you can and cannot have, etc., etc. So this is going to be very interesting to see what like, again, who is this guy? He looks great. Like, in the pictures and everything I'm seeing, he looks great for He-Man.
He does look great. I'm not familiar with his work at all, but I'm interested to see how he'll do in this sort of role. Because again, it looked like he played in a lot of like dramas and stuff. So I feel like he's one of those new emerging actors. Because again, like Idris Elba, Kristen Wiig, Jared Leto, like they got some all-star players in there, and so it'll be interesting to see how they interpret Masters of the Universe.
I almost would have thought that they would have had two different actors, because you have Adam, Prince of Eternia, who's like the wimpy little version of He-Man, and then he turns into He-Man, Master of the Universe. So it'll be interesting if it's the same actor. Maybe they're just using CGI muscles. I don't interesting.
We'll
Questions.
Because a lot of actors also beef up for roles,
Right, but then if it's like if you're big, you can't. How are they gonna fake? I guess they faked it with Captain America because they had Chris Evans look itty bitty.
Yeah, when he was actually giant. So there's ways that you can. There's definitely ways you can do it. And there's also people who are like unsuspecting, where it's like, oh, from this picture here you look tiny, but then you take your shirt off, and all of a sudden,
yeah, it's Prince Adam. He's just wearing a sweatshirt all the time, and then he turns into He-Man. All of a sudden, he's buff. Yeah.
So the last movie coming out in June of 2026 will be coming out on June 19th, and that's Toy Story 5. We got Buzz, Woody, Jessie, and the rest of the gang's jobs get exponentially harder when they go head-to-head with a new threat to playtime. We got Toy Story 5 coming out in June of 2026.
Whoa, it's got Tom Hanks and Tim Allen still.
Yes.
What?
And I don't mean to rush past, but we are only on July, and we are more than halfway through our time limit, so I am gonna keep this train rolling.
Do it.
The most important movie of the year comes out on July 1st. It is my birthday, just so you know, July 1st. And it's Minions 3.
Oh, hell yeah! We gotta go see it!
Yep, enough said. End of story.
In
Minions
theaters.
3. Minions 3 on July 1st. All right, the next movie is, again, nothing that would normally be on my radar, but it had the most all-star cast that I have seen from any of the movies that we have gone over thus far. This is The Odyssey. Did you ever read The Odyssey? The Odyssey was one that we were required to read in high school.
I never read The Odyssey. I do know about it, though.
Anybody who's gone to public school probably knows about The Odyssey. It's coming out on July 17th. You gotta take a listen to this cast, though. We got Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Mia Goth, Elliot Page, John Bernthal, and Charlize Theron, with many more. Like, crazy cast that I was looking at. All of these actors are massive. This is going to be like, there was a reason we all had to read this in high school. And these actors are proving it today.
Oh, whoa. Yep, that makes sense. Uh-huh. Because The Odyssey was the one with the golden fleece and everything, correct?
I read this in high school, and I've been... Man, you can't ask me questions like that now.
It's just really funny. It's like anybody who went to public school knows about this story, and I'm like, I never read it. Wait, it's that one, though,
have you heard the words The Odyssey? Yeah, you probably have. Do you remember what The Odyssey is about? Oh. I don't know, half of you probably do.
I mean, we've been getting into the Greek mythology a lot, so it makes so much sense with this kind of stuff.
The next one, actually, I didn't do this one in chronological order. This one comes out before that one. And it's one that I feel like everybody has been long awaiting for. On July 10th, we get the live-action version of Moana.
Ah, yes, okay. Dwayne Johnson.
I feel like we all have a pretty good idea of what that is going to be.
Yeah.
But after that Lilo and Stitch debacle, I think the real question is what's Disney going to do with this? Because Moana is one of the newer Disney movies. Are they going to fumble it again? Or are they going to, like, kind of stick to the story this time and, like, take the feedback they got from the Lilo and Stitch movie? You know? Mm-hmm. That's the big question. So, like, very excited to see it. Objectively gonna watch it. Love Moana as a Disney movie. Just wonder if they're gonna fumble the ball this time or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, because I think a bunch of people were upset that she left, right? Like, she went off to college, she left Lilo, and the whole point is Ohana means family. And so I think you can change up the story a little bit. Go ahead.
We've got to keep this
Yes,
train
go ahead.
rolling as much as I want to
Do
get
it,
into
do
the
it,
live
do
action
it.
debate. I'm so sorry.
You can change up a little bit, but...
We'll do an episode on what we feel about Disney later. So, the next movie got coming out in July. It's coming out July 24th. And it's the next movie installment in the Evil Dead movies. It's Evil Dead Burn. There is no information on the plot of this yet, but it is still being worked on with executive producer Bruce Campbell.
Oh, I got more faith in it now. Okay, I'm hoping.
So since there wasn't much information on that one, all we know is that we got an Evil Dead movie coming out in July of 2026 that you can look forward to.
It's got to be better than the last one.
Next up, we have the next Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's coming out on July 31st. When I was doing research for this movie, the overview didn't give me much information, and I tried to watch a trailer for it, and all of the trailers that I found were AI garbage.
Oh no.
So I have no idea what this movie's about, and I don't want to guarantee 100% that this movie is actually coming out in July, but that is what it said online, and then there was a bunch of, like, fan trailers that were just AI garbage, that didn't make any sense, and I don't know what the real plot is, so, but maybe Spider-Man movie in July? We'll see.
AI slop.
AI slop. The next month we have is August, and the first movie coming out in August is a film called Flower Veil. Now, Flower Veil is coming out on August 14th. A very short plot overview, and it's just a family in the 80s starts to notice bizarre happenings in their neighborhood.
Wow, yeah, that could be anything.
It could be anything. The reason why I included it on this list is because when I looked it up, there was a picture of a dinosaur. There was a picture of a dinosaur in some of the movie pictures, and it made me excited. So it's a sci-fi thriller with dinosaurs, maybe, coming out in August.
Interesting.
If you wanna, we can still talk about stuff. I just wanted to. We couldn't go into the Disney debate. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
So the next movie that we have is coming out on August 28th. There's actually two movies coming out on August 28th. The first is Cliffhanger 2. It's a reboot of the 1993 film. I don't know much about the original Cliffhanger, but I did see that this movie was starring Sylvester Stallone, Lily James, and Pierce Brosnan. So I thought it would be a fun one to include on this list, because those are all great actors.
Also, Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, didn't see that one. Dwayne Johnson's going to be there too.
Oh, at least I see him in the picture here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even see that.
That's
I'm
crazy.
not super familiar with the Cliffhanger film, and so I'm not fully sure, but again, fun cast, and we do watch movies based on cast alone occasionally, so.
Look at Stallone in that picture.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
That old man is ripped.
No way that's actually him.
The next one coming out on August 28th, I also think is going to be really fun, and it's Coyote versus Acme. After Acme products fail him one too many times in his dogged pursuit of the Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote decides to hire a billboard lawyer to sue the Acme Corporation. John Cena is playing, I think it's one of the Acme Corporation's lawyers. We have Will Forte in there, Lana Condor, Eric Baus as Wiley, and Luis Guzman as Judge.
What?
I'm excited about it. It looks pretty fun.
Oh my gosh. It's got Foghorn Leghorn. Oh.
So, are we ready to move on to September?
Let's do it.
So, the first movie coming out in September comes out on September 11th, and that movie is Clayface. Got another DC movie coming in. It's based on, of course, Clayface from the DC universe, and this movie will serve as the third film in the DC universe saga that we were kind of predicting and talking about. It was at least in my brief Google search, it said that this was supposed to canonically be the third in that sort of universal series. It's directed by James Watkins, who is known for Woman in Black, The Descendants 2, and Speak No Evil. So a little bit more of a horror movie director, which makes a lot of sense because Clayface is an abomination from what I found out doing this research.
Yes.
Do you have any information you want to share on Clayface?
No, like if you were gonna pick a villain that was going to be good fodder for a horror movie, Clayface is great.
I love it. I love it. All right, the next movie coming out in September will be coming out on September 18th. This is another long-awaited sequel. In fact, the one that's longer than The Devil Wore Prada's. Again, you're not going to be super interested in it, but I am so deeply excited for it, and that's Practical Magic 2.
Oh, what?
Of course, we got Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman back. We also got Diane Wiest and Stockard Channing back, which you would recognize as the aunties from the original film. And then playing some new characters that aren't yet assigned, we have Maisie Williams, Joey King, and Zolo Mary Duena. I'm so sorry. When I was reading it on the computer, I felt confident that I might be able to say it, and then I'm reading my handwriting, and suddenly it's not wording anymore.
The words are not wording.
So those are going to be all of the films coming out in September.
Wow. Okay.
Next up in October, we have one that you are going to be really excited about.
Okay.
And again, this one does not... Perfect. This one doesn't have a date on it coming out. At least from what I wrote down, it might actually have a date coming out. This is another one that I don't know if it just has little information so far, or if it's fake and the internet's lying to me. But supposedly, in October of 2026, we will be getting The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender, an animated continuation of the original Avatar The Last Airbender series that first aired on Nickelodeon.
What?
Supposedly, it's starring David Bautista, Jessica Matten, and Steve Ewan. Again, I don't know how true this is. IMDb told me this.
Oh my gosh, it's got Dante Bosco as Zuko, which he
Dante,
played,
yeah.
Dante.
Who is Zuko.
Yes, who is Zuko. Wow. Dante Bosco. Wow, that's
really,
awesome.
Really exciting news for the Avatar kids.
Amazing. Wait. Why is Steven Yeun playing Zuko too? Older, younger?
Maybe. I could see that.
Because Dante played the original Zuko.
Uh-huh.
So maybe then they're like, because it's Aang and then older Aang.
That would make a lot of sense.
So it's got to be young Zuko, old Zuko.
Right? I wonder who... Does it say in there who Dave Bautista is? Because...
Merchant Du Film.
Love that for him. So the next movie coming out in October of 2026 comes out on October 16th, and that is Street Fighter. So, estranged Street Fighters Ryu and Ken Masters get thrown back into the combat when the mysterious Chun-Li recruits them for the next World Warrior tournament. A brutal clash of fists, fate, and fury. However, behind the battle royale lies a deadly conspiracy that forces them to face off against each other and the demons from their past. We got a Street Fighter movie coming, boys.
Wow. That'll be awesome.
Were you a big Street Fighter player?
I did like Street Fighter a lot when I was a kid. Destroying the car was one of the, key moments of a lot of children's childhoods, I think. But it was like we would go to the movies and they would have the Street Fighter arcade games. You put quarters in, you play. And it was always like to see who could beat who.
It feels like one of those big nostalgia things,
Oh, yeah.
So in November, first coming out on November 6th, we have an animated The Cat in the Hat.
Okay.
It's directed by Alessandro Corleone, which you will know from Kung Fu Panda 3 and Luca, as well as Erica Rivinoha. Again, I'm so sorry.
Erica Rivinoha?
I don't know. But it's going to be an animated version of The Cat in the Hat. This feels very much like what they did with The Grinch, where they wanted to make a kid-friendly version of The Grinch that wasn't the live-action one. Because I gotta say, live-action Cat in the Hat is always going to take the cake for me. That was an excellent movie, and if you disagree, I don't know if we can be friends.
Pretty good.
We can still be friends if you don't like the live-action Cat in the Hat movie. But this again, it looks like the same animation style where they kind of did with The Grinch, where it's like they're taking a more kids approach to it, which I don't know how I feel about that. I've never loved it when they've done that, but it's not for me, it's for kids.
Exactly.
You know? The next movie coming out in November comes out on November 20th. And this is The Hunger Games: Sunrise of the Reaping. So this is going to explore Panem 24 years before Katniss's saga, starting on the morning of the Reaping for the 50th Hunger Games, where a young Haymitch Abernathy participates. Which, if you remember from the original, I don't know if you've seen the original ones. Have you seen?
I did.
So Haymitch Abernathy is Katniss's mentor.
Yeah, I actually read the books.
I did too. It's been a while. I knew they came out with a new Hunger Games movie last year, a couple of years ago, and we never watched it. I never got into the hype of it again. It was very much something like Teen Me loved. So I'm interested. I really enjoy that they have Haymitch in here. That'd be fun getting to see his story.
It's always really great when they're like, all right, and this is the dystopian future, and this is how we like rose up and took it back. Now let's go beforehand and talk a little bit about how crappy it was.
Right, we're gonna go back to when this was bad.
Back to the before times.
And to be fair, it's still bad.
It's still bad.
We're just not doing anything about the bad in this one.
Yeah, apparently.
The next one I am so truly excited about. This one I am mega hyped for. Hey, you're okay. So, are you ready for this?
Ready.
We have Narnia, the Magician's Nephew.
Oh, let's go!
Coming out November 26th.
Narnia.
Now, the director for this is Greta Gerwig, which you will probably recognize some of the films that she's worked on. She's both an actress and a screenwriter. So I wasn't sure if she was an actress in these or a writer on these, but you will know her from Lady Bird, the 2019 Little Women, and the Barbie movie. So we're getting...
Wow, okay.
So this is based on the 1955 book, The Magician's Nephew, which is the 6th in the Narnia series. And it's going to star Daniel Craig, Emma Mackey, and Meryl Streep. Not a whole lot of information on this one yet either. Just that it's going to be following the book series, and we get a new Narnia movie after years of not having a Narnia movie.
So, wow, what an interesting, like, director, I guess, or screenwriter, to go from, like, the Barbie movie to Narnia.
Yup.
Maybe they're kind of close, I guess, because, like, the Barbie thing was its own level of, you know, mythology, I guess, behind it.
Right.
You know? Like,
it was
the Barbie universe wasn't real. It was...
I
mean, it was,
think
but it wasn't.
that Greta Gerwig is a great director to capture the whimsy of Narnia. Because there's a lot of whimsy in a lot of the movies that she's worked on, but there's a lot of whimsy with, like, overlaying serious, more deep topics. So I think she is a really good person to handle a Narnia movie, because Narnia is exactly that. It's this whimsical land where people have to deal with, like, not just people, but children have to deal with these, like, very adult problems. Mm-hmm. And so I think I have faith that she's going to do a good job with it.
Nice.
All right, December. First off, we're going to start out coming out on December 4th. We got a Christmas movie. It is a sequel. Do you have any guesses as to what it might be?
A sequel to A Christmas Carol.
Nope.
And it's a dark sequel and Cratchit's dead.
That would be fun, and you're kind of along the right lines, but that's not it.
What's it called?
It's Violent Night 2, baby!
Oh my gosh, yes.
Of course, we're going to be starring David Harbour again, and we have an addition. I can't remember if this is addition or if she was in the first one or not, but we got Kristen Bell in here as Mrs. Claus, folks.
Oh, wow. I don't think we got to see Mrs. Claus in the first one.
I'm really excited to see Mrs. Claus in this. I mean, it wouldn't be a December movie release without a Christmas movie coming out, right? And I'm sure there's going to be much more, but this is what we know for right now.
There's a part of me that wants her to be a badass alongside Santa kicking butt. And there's another part of me that wants it to be like he's on the phone with her while having to act like he's doing his normal runs.
Yeah.
And he's getting attacked and assaulted by people, and she's like, "You better not be getting in any more trouble like you did last year."
And he's like, "I'm not."
And he's like, "I'm fine." And just gets like uppercut by somebody.
Okay, so next we have another double release coming out on December 18th. And the first one is the finale of a trilogy that has captured the grips of people everywhere. And that is part 3 to the Dune series. That's right. Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya are coming back to the big screens to finish it off. It's, of course, based on the 1969 novel by Frank Herbert, and this is the final installment of this trilogy that was being recreated by director Darius Villeneuve. I'm so sorry. I don't know what it is. I'm trying here, people. I don't know why I thought I could say names.
Names are hard.
So, Dune 3, coming out. Again, Dune is one of those ones that's won 12 billion awards. Everybody knows about it. Everybody loves it. And then we got Avengers Doomsday coming here trying to release their movie on the same day that we have no information about. And they don't have a plot ready for it yet. They just knew they wanted to come out on the same day as Dune.
Doomsday.
Avengers Doomsday.
Even the way that they say it is really funny because you have Dune, Doom, you know?
It was a really bold move, and I predict that they're going to change that release date. I could be wrong.
What a crazy idea to be putting that out next to something that so many people are, like, losing it over.
Right? That's what I was... A really bold move. It is a Marvel movie, but Marvel's kind of like... I feel like they've kind of declined over the past few years. I know. At least I haven't been watching them. I've watched their new movies and stuff, but I haven't seen anything in theaters, you know?
Yeah, they went way more into, like, the TV series and stuff after their whole, like... End game.
Oh, yeah. So, the last movie scheduled to come out for the year of our Lord and Savior 2026 it's coming out on December 23rd. And we have the most prolific movie of this whole list. Are you ready for this?
Let's do it.
I don't know if you're ready for this. The movie coming out, the last movie coming out in the year 2026 is gonna be Angry Birds 3. Enough said. Angry Birds 3. We all get it.
What a crazy thing to, like, if I can, I just gotta make it to Angry Birds 3.
I just gotta make it to Angry Birds 3.
Then my life will be okay.
That'll set the next goal.
Yeah, that'll set the next goal.
Oh, so, those are all of the movies set to be released in 2026 thus far. Do you have any that you are particularly interested in that really caught your attention?
Oh, He-Man, I really hope is good. I'm starting to lose a lot of faith in live action movies and stuff lately, but cartoons generally hit it home, so got a lot of faith in the Avatar one.
Right, if it was going to be a live action, I was going to be real upset, but since it was animated, I was like, oh, this will be fine.
The fact that it looked like they have a lot of the original actors from that already makes me happy. Because that's what you want, right? Like, if they're trying to get the nostalgia hit, they need that. So, I'm very excited to see what they do with that. Don't know where they're going with Toy Story 5. To be honest, I think that's a franchise they should let die.
It's right up there with Scream.
It sounds bad, it really does, but it's like, I've met a lot of people who are just like, it should have ended when Andy grew up.
Same thing with Shrek almost. Like, I understand why you keep making it, and I understand why people love it, because it is nostalgic. It's from your childhood. But for me, it loses a lot of the nostalgia when there is so many series, because it's like, okay, this isn't something encapsulated in time. This isn't something that I got to witness since my childhood. This is something you're milking for every last dime that you can. And it becomes a lot less magical than what it was originally. Yeah. At least for me. Like, I honestly wouldn't be upset if they started remaking movies in the same style, or not remaking, but making new movies in the same style as, like, original Disney. Like, the shitty animations that was, like, very two-dimensional. Like, I want to see more movies like that, because I think it would be cool just to get something new that was made specifically in a style of something old.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Because, like, I don't know if you ever saw it, but I really enjoyed the Star Command TV series that they did with Buzz Lightyear, where it was like, if that was actually real, this is Buzz Lightyear's adventures in Star Command.
Yeah.
And, like, it only lasted maybe 1 or 2 seasons, but I really liked it because there was a new cadet that was joining him. It's like, you're going to be joining our veteran, space guy, right, or space ranger, Buzz Lightyear. And she's like, whoa, he's a legend. And it was this whole thing. What a crazy thing to end on Angry Birds 3. Of all the movies that you would have suggested that we, like, everything you read so far, Angry Birds was not at the end of that list for me.
No, I didn't see an Angry Birds 3 coming at all.
And it's not, like you said, you didn't list it by importance or interest or anything. It's just these are when they're coming out and why they're coming out, etc., etc. Doomsday 2, what a weird twist for Marvel to do.
Right, Avengers Doomsday, like, it feels very random, and it's obviously not going to be the old Avengers, it's going to be the new Avengers, but again, what does that new Avengers look like, like, and what is happening? The whole point of, I feel like the old Avengers are so iconic. I really love that they, like, are passing the buck on to a new generation, but it's really interesting to see, like, okay, this new generation is having their apocalyptic event. What is that going to look like? What are they going to be able to do about it?
Because they had Hawkeye's apprentice, but it was really, like, that whole TV series was kind of sad. Watching, like, Hawkeye just feel like this washed up has-been the entire time, where he's like, do you know how much it costs for a quiver of my trick arrows?
I'm not gonna lie, I love Marvel movies. I have not been able to get into the television side of it. But I'm also a big, like, and I'll do this with books too. I don't want a book series. I want a standalone book. Tell me the story and have it be done. And so when it was a Marvel movie universe, it was individual stories within a universe where the universe does not end after this story, but this is its own complete story from beginning to end. I don't like series for that reason, because a lot of times it's just itching to leave you on a cliffhanger, or it's reaching for strings that, like, how they're tying everything in or together, and at the end of the season they're leaving it on a cliffhanger for the next season, and I get so annoyed by it. Just give me a story from beginning to end. That's all I want.
Yeah, The Devil Wears Prada, like, I'm glad that you have something to look forward to there.
And Practical Magic.
I did enjoy Practical Magic. I will say that was kind of a darker movie than I was expecting. Like, when we were first watching it, and I was like, oh, like, this is gonna be, Miss Congeniality. Or something like that, where it's like, there is some violence and there is some craziness here, and then it's like, no, you ready to get dark? Let's get dark.
This is about sisterhood and struggle, and, great movie. Fantastic movie. I really can't wait for the second one. Just like, again, The Devil Wears Prada. Like, they are movies that I will watch over and over and over and over again, but I recognize how great of movies they are,
Fair.
So, we are at the end of our podcast, and I want to leave you off with a brief list of everything to come in the video game world. And by everything to come, I mean a little tiny minuscule drop in the hat of some of the ones that I either recognized or found more interesting.
Oh.
Are you ready to hear this is a lightning round list of games coming out in 2026.
Okay.
We have Grand Theft Auto 6, Resident Evil Requiem, Monster Hunter Stories 3, High on Life 2, The 7 Deadly Sins Origin, based on the anime, Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, it's a remake, Mouse P.I. for Hire, Diablo 4, Lord of Hatred is a massive expansion pack for Diablo 4, Atomic Heart 2, Once Human, Paranormal Activity Threshold, Pokemon Champions, Slay the Spire 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis, Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun, and Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 4, and many, many more. That has been the last episode of the year for High Fantasy. Thank you all so much for joining us. What a year it's been. You have any final words, Brett? Anything you'd like to promote? Anything you'd like to say?
Buy the Copper Spoon Chronicles, available now anywhere books are sold.
Thank you all so much again, our merry travelers, for joining us this year. And I'm going to let you take it away because this is your podcast. This is your baby. Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, everybody. And holy shit, what a crazy year 2026 will be.
Bye.
Bye.